staying in a relationship that doesn't work for you. And the reason you don't leave the relationship is because if you leave, I won't find someone else. The key thing is that if you focus on your excitement, your passion, the thing that you love to do, okay, on a moment-to-moment basis, which is not something we've been trained to do. I get that. I totally get that. But we're doing that all the time. We're doing things we don't necessarily want to do because they don't excite us. It's because we don't believe and trust in our excitement. But if you did trust in this idea of your excitement, that moment is now. So what I'm saying is that moment becomes a projection in your future. Okay, you're projecting where you focus into the future. Now, the more you act on your excitement in that now, the more exciting your future gets. As you act on your excitement, the higher mind says, okay, here's some more actions to take since you're following it anyways, and it never ends, and life becomes very exciting because you keep following it. Now, the opposite of that, and probably the majority of people on this planet, what they're doing is they doubt that their dreams, that their excitement can become their future. So because they have doubt, what they're doing is they're putting their focus on something that has more certainty, that's more grounded, that's more sure and believable to them. And that's the past. What you're doing is you're focusing on the past, where you worked the last 10, 15 years. That moment is now. That moment becomes a projection of your future. The more you act on the past and focus on the past, the more of the past you get in your future. As you act on your past, the higher mind says, okay, well, I'll give you more of that. And it never ends, and you end up working in the same job for another 10 or 15 years. Now, that's just an example, but one that rings true for a lot of people because they're focusing and they're putting their trust in the past because that's what they're sure of, something that happened in the past. You'll hear this common phrase that I trust the universe, but the thing that they're trusting is the past. And that's why they keep getting more of it in the future, okay? But the key is that we're talking about these frequency of vibrations, and I use 2 hertz and 5 hertz because they're arbitrary. But the key is that one is a lower vibration and one is a higher one. As you focus on the past, you get more of the past. You act on the past, you physically manifest the past. Staying in a relationship that doesn't work for you. And the reason you don't leave the relationship is because if you leave, I won't find someone else. It's a fear-based belief. You have a fear of being alone because you believe that if you go out there and go out on your own, you won't find someone new. And because you won't find someone new, you won't leave because of the fear-based belief. It's just a limitation. You can live in the limitation. I'm not saying you don't have to live in the limitation. That's another experience you came here to have limitation, to deal with emotions. As you start to overcome limitation, overcome these emotions, then you realize that life is actually a lot more exciting than you originally thought. The idea that if I stay in this relationship or if I leave, I won't find someone else is just an idea that you bought into. You bought into it because you believe it benefits you in some way, okay? And we'll talk more about that if someone has a question around that. But that's just one example. For some of you, you're in a place where you've lived in the same home for 30 years and you don't want to leave because maybe you won't find another place to live. Again, a fear-based belief. It's a limitation. You can live in the limitation. I'm not saying that you have to do anything. You don't even have to listen to me. I'm just saying that it's a limitation that you placed on yourself. And because of that, you're focused on the past and you're getting more of that. And you're not moving from that house. You're not leaving that relationship, even though you know it doesn't serve you any longer. Okay? So this is about going from, we'll say 2 hertz to 5 hertz is a bit of a quantum leap. It doesn't have to happen in a day. It can happen slowly. You're an energetic being. You have to change your energy slowly. You can do it quickly as well, but you'll need someone to, let's just say, entangle with in order for that acceleration to occur. Maybe being on this show is one of the ways that you entangle with the energy of your excitement. And then as you do that, you start acting on it. As you start acting on it, the higher mind says, thank you. I see that Joe, Bill, Mike is starting to take action. I'm going to give him something else. Boom, he gives you the next thing and he moves on.
Thanks again for watching and listening. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you know someone who you care about who could use this information that you're learning, then please share it with them. Thanks again for watching. My name's Steve, and I'll talk to you next time.